This is DropTent Media Network.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Primiano.
And I'm Dan D'Aprile, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news.
Hey. God, I'm so out of a head because I feel like right before this, you said something so blatantly wrong.
Probably. You got mad. I saw in your face how mad you got when I said it.
I wasn't mad. I was just like, damn it, I love correcting people, but there's so little time before the show starts.
And we'll never know because I have threshold amnesia and I forget what we just said before we started.
I remember,
rolling.
but it's not comical enough. Talking about telephone companies.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Answer me this then. What company, what recent, like modern and existing company has the name of the guy that invented the product that they're selling? Like the Bell Telephone Company.
Tesla
didn't invent Tesla.
No, I was going to wait for you to answer and then be like, you mean Elon's last name isn't Tesla?
Elon Tesla
Such a
Musk.
turd. You killed my joke.
Well, okay, if I'm wrong, Dave,
everything is fucking...
Velcro is named after a person?
Yeah, everything. Nerf,
Tommy
Lego, Pure Leaf, fucking...
Yeah, okay.
Literally everything is
John
Pure
Pureleaf. Was that like a Native American that invented that?
First of all, it's Asian. That's where we import our teas from. But anyway.
A good point.
Anyway, speaking of importing, we have imported a great guest.
That's true.
Into the podcast. What about that segue?
Oh, man, we have a fantastic comic. And I've seen her movie debut. Was that your movie debut?
It was not.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to get into the weeds on that. But she was one of the stars of the Porch Pirate movie that we recently had the director on and the main character on in the past 2 months.
That's right. We are.
And the black guy in the cold open that gets his car that has to defend his car from getting stolen.
Yeah.
From a white guy. I love that they flip stereotypes on their fucking ear.
I think it was just more that Paige looks more like a heroin addict.
They're not wrong. Yeah, they weren't wrong in that casting decision. But yes,
anyway,
we had a lot of Porch Pirate actors.
We do this every time.
We never get around to introducing the guest.
Ellie Summerling.
Ellie Summerling.
Yay, me.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch the movie yet?
Porch Pirate.
I sent you the link.
You did. I still haven't watched the last episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I haven't watched anything. I'm caught.
Support your friends first.
You're right.
I supported Larry David, close friend of mine, and then Dorian.
Got it.
But yeah.
You did send me the link. And again, I totally forgot that you did that.
All right, well, we'll do it. Well, we're going to do it spoiler free for the audience anyway.
Do it spoiler free for me.
Spoiler free for you too. Yeah, you were like the third lead, but I would say you were the heart of the movie.
Thank you so much. You're not the first person to say that.
I mean, now that I know, you're probably the only one that could act in the. I mean,
they did well. The boys did really well.
I'm saying Drew played the role he had perfectly, but I'm pretty sure that's his range. I'm guessing that particular role.
No, he's very talented. We love Drew Montana.
Hey, we had him, friend of the show, had him a few months ago.
Great comic. Actor, I don't know. I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't say. Can't render judgment on Drew as an actor, but
because we support our guests in their endeavors. How many people from the movie do we have to have the gaffer on? We have to have the entire cast.
If the gaffer does stand-up comedy, if they also do stand-up,
does the gaffer do stand-up too?
The guy holding the lights.
So Dorian was basically everybody, either Dorian or Paige, and then there was this girl Bree, this guy Sal, and then it was also Tom Crowley sometime, and the killer was played by a couple different people, but Tom Crowley was one and Matt Peoples was another.
Oh, I know two people I'd like to see with their heads off, and they're the ones that get to do the beheading.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I love
both of those guys. I love both of those guys. Both guys who you feel like will murder you usually after you get to know them, not like as a serial
like you'd
killer.
expect Matt to kill you after he fucked you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, Matt's lovely. He's a lovely human being.
No, both great people. Yeah, you specifically.
So Matt's fucking me and then killing me.
Yeah, in that order, hopefully.
Why
maybe
why
like
hopefully
an
that
erotic,
order?
For him.
First
maybe
of all,
as an erotic asphyxiation thing gone wrong.
Okay.
Dave doesn't like that just because he can't talk during it. That's why he's.
I actually hate talking during. Anyway, I need
Oh,
to.
you're a silent grunter.
I don't even. First of all, that's like feedback, but like it's not a necessary noise to me. Like, this is just me. Any noises we make is. And
No, women like the noises.
Yeah,
We like the we want to hear the moaning and the grunting. Most of us.
Yeah, and some
Not
of
all.
not all the noises either. Neil's looking at me. Neil's made some noises in bed he's not proud of.
but that you've had to like I could
Voluntary.
stifle this easily if I wanted to.
I don't know. I'm in a lot
do it.
worse shape than you. So I'm making a lot of noise. Just as like a
Well, if
byproduct of
if your breathing is different than your normal everyday like eating breathing or whatever.
I don't know. Except last night I laid down and my girlfriend had fallen asleep before me. I laid down next to her and she was like, "What's wrong, babe?" And I'm like, "What's wrong?" She's like, "You're out of breath." I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Just from climbing into bed.
I'm just regular breathing.
That's
So,
what
who
happens
knows?
when you make me take the top bunk.
Yes, we sleep in bunk. That's really good.
So we were talking.
That was good. Yeah,
very
problematic
good.
age gap is
Oh.
that's my relationship. Yeah.
He's a modern day DiCaprio.
That's what
Oh, no, I've
everybody
met
says
your
about me.
girlfriend.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
At Soldiers, I think. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was a fun show.
Sunnybrook.
Yeah. So wait. So this was. We'll get back to the acting thing.
Mhm.
So this was your second movie?
I've done 2 student films prior to this.
Okay.
So one was called The Page Turner, and it was about basically I played a library fairy, kind of. It was fun.
A
It was a lot of-
library
Okay.
fairy.
yeah, like a fairy godmother of the library.
Okay.
It was a lot of fun. And the other one was a student film at Temple a couple years ago. That I have forgotten the name of. But it was very good. It was very it's actually do you remember TJ Swigert?
No. I don't mean
Comedian?
Neil knows him. But the first time I met him, he was like, "I know you." And I was like, "You do not know me." And he was like, "No, you were in so and so's project and you were the only person who auditioned for this role and they immediately gave it to you because you were so good at the audition." And I was like, "Thank you so much."
Oh, you do know me then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had seen all of like the first cut stuff, and I was like, "This is fun. I like it."
That's awesome.
I want to get back to library fairy though. Well,
Go
first
for
of all, what the Jesus?
I'd
that
like to
fucking
get- I'd
stuck
like
in
to-
your that gets stuck on the roof of your mouth.
I'd like for you to be able to say it the first time.
Library fair.
you
Okay,
go.
so you like appear to librarians? Or you?
I'm gonna be honest, Dave. This was very nearly 20 years ago. No, it was like 15 years ago, and I have so many pictures and a whole photo album dedicated to it. I have no recollection of most of it
Wow.
because it was A, so long ago, and B, it was a whole lot of sitting around and waiting and looking at my lines.
Yeah. All
That's-
film is that. It's just sitting around. It's a
Yeah.
lot of sitting around.
I know, and these are
This one wasn't though.
these
Porch
are like
Pirate.
45-minute project, like 45-minute movies. What hour or some?
Oh, I think it was like 20 minute. I have a copy of it, I think, somewhere.
Because yeah, I've done like 5-minute stuff, and that's sitting around all goddamn day.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's pretty rough.
But I never read lines. I tell them that I'm going to improvise everything.
Oh,
I
good.
only sound natural speaking as myself.
I'm
Your
sure
words
they
will not be.
probably-
yeah.
Probably why it takes all day. Yeah. Cut. Let's try it again. See what
Yeah.
Dave comes up with. Dave, I've seen you try
Stop
to
talking.
improvise
Yeah.
like a basic ad read, and I'm going to tell you, I think I know why it takes so long.
Do we play those ever?
I thought you'd never say anything. I would love to play. Hey,
Hey, we're the Weekday Comics, and
watching you devolve is one of my favorite things. Sometimes I just watch it before I go to bed just so I sleep soundly.
Agreed. You're a pretty generally like comfortable person in like any sort of performance aspect until you go to read those headlines.
Yeah.
And then you fall apart fast.
it's true. You picked up the slack for me. You
Thanks.
were
I try.
Yeah,
You
there
know,
was
what
one
can I say?
moment where we were looking at each other like, okay, so maybe this won't work. And that's
Maybe
okay.
We'll do it. We ended up doing it like word by word. We cut it.
Let me be the behind the scenes guy. You fucking be the face.
Yeah, we like Steven Seagal'd everything. We kind of cut around the limitations in your performance.
Yeah.
You know. But
Was it, Ellie, for your in all the movies you've had to do, was there any like big problems that you guys had to face, like some giant crazy shoots you had to grab a shot or steal a shot, sneak into some place, or just terrible drunk people on set? I imagine might also happen. College performances.
Dorian historically has a really big problem with FedEx trucks. Literally every single scene we went to shoot, a FedEx truck at some point drove down the street, and he looked like he was gonna murder himself.
Yeah.
But also in the case of Porch Pirate, a lot of it was actually shot at my parents' house.
Oh.
So because like I literally was reading the script for the first time because he sent it to me. I was not gonna be in it initially, and he sent it to me because I was like, I have a theater background. I will read through it and like tell you if I see any problems with like continuity or whatever. And as I was reading through it, I was like, oh my God, I can see the house that he's describing, and it is my parents' house. So I said when he was like looking for spots, I was like, I can ask my parents, do you want to use our house? And I sent him a bunch of pictures, and he was like, actually, that looks quite good. I was like, it's a fairly nice house. Like,
it's a good house to be
they've lived
stalked
there
by
a
killer.
long time.
Yeah. That's awesome. Very cool. So you
Yeah.
actually contributed a lot more to Porch Pirate than
I
the
think I'm
performance.
technically a producer on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'd have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're providing locations. Yeah. They got to give me some
I
stuff.
also PA'd most of it.
You wanted it?
I PA'd. I
okay.
did his like I was his like production assistant
Yeah,
stuff.
my old job. Whenever I talk about all the shit that I did,
Oh,
in film,
yeah,
I was
you
a PA.
did
It was a nightmare. I'm sure Dorian was a lot better to work for than some of the people I work for.
I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he'd be like,
But
I
does it really
need
count
lenses.
if it happens in Philadelphia?
No, it doesn't actually. I'm glad you asked. No, no. It's fun. There's something really. Having done both like professional shoots and like more indie stuff. Indie stuff's so much more fun. It's like you're running around, you're trying to get, like Neil said, you're trying to grab shots, you're trying to get everything. Your shoot can be ruined by a FedEx truck. There's more camaraderie, I think, when you're shooting something low budget.
Indie gives a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
It is all about heart.
Yeah.
It is.
And that kind of bleeds into the making of it too, I think. Usually I've heard some nightmare stories about, like, petty tyrants on set on their like first movie, but they don't go very far. I know that's not. I know Dorian isn't like that. So
would you guys do it if you were running a show?
Become a tyrant? Oh yeah,
become a tyrant.
Absolutely. Give me a little bit of power, and I'll become a tyrant.
Oh, hell yeah.
I am a little bit tyrannical, just in general. It's not a personality trait that I love about myself.
I mean, yeah, knowing is half the battle.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just put a ceiling. Like,
Right.
do you want to get in like the directing stuff forever? Or do you care? Do you just want to be on the screen?
See, that's a really
doing
good
your
question.
40s voice?
And I genuinely don't know, because I like specifically Shakespeare, directing that, because the words and I really get excited about getting actors to like do I like table work. It's basically like sitting down and talking through the meaning of a piece of text, and then like seeing the change from like them reciting the words, them being the actor reciting the words, versus like after an hour of table work and like doing it a couple times, it's completely different at the end, because they know the meaning behind everything they're saying, as opposed to just reciting. And when an actor really knows what they are saying emotionally, it translates to the audience better. So you can actually, like, if you have a group of people, watch them the first time and then watch them the last time, it could be the same group of people and they're going to be disinterested the first time because it's just a recitation. But when they see it the second time, if the actors really like got their mind right, like it hits. It's so, and I think the same thing happens with comedy. Like when you recite something, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. When you recite something over and over,
break all his stuff.
But when you recite something over and over again, at some point you kind of lose your connection to it emotionally and like mentally.
Yeah.
And if you go back and really think about the words you're saying, and sometimes it does require stopping on stage, and like being like, take a deep breath and actually think about what you're saying. And then the audience is suddenly way more engaged.
Yeah. That makes sense. I've seen that with Shakespeare in a class I took. It was like we learned about it, a scene, and then we saw it. And when you see it performed and the actor actually understands what the scene is about, it's so much easier to understand what's going on. Because I remember watching Shakespeare and as a kid and being like, yeah, this doesn't really make sense. And now there's a fight. I understand that. But it's like, it's just people saying old words to each other. But when the actor actually knows what those words mean and what they're trying to, they communicate with their body and with their pacing and how they speak. And then all of a sudden, even though I still might not understand all the words, I absolutely understand the entire scene that's taking place between the two characters.
And can I tell you, there's one, like, not to be a total nerd. I love Shakespeare so much.
Nerd out.
Yeah.
But not to be a total nerd. But there's one scene in Romeo and Juliet, and it's somebody's making fun of Tybalt. I think it's Mercutio is making fun of Tybalt. And he's like going on again about how Tybalt, he fights by the book, meaning that he has trained with a very specific method of sword fighting. That is like, there's a big book about it, and there's like a big long name for something, and I can't remember what it is. But when Mercutio says it, it's like, you know, he does the ba, and what it actually is a single step forward or back, like a step together. And when someone performs it as that, because normally they're like swashing all around the stage and because they have no idea what it actually is. If you have somebody who knows what that means and does it properly, the laugh it gets is so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In that same class I took, it was one, I think it was on his comedies, and it was the one thing that I learned that was cool. There was people that understand the text. There's a joke, it might be in Taming of the Shrew, where basically one character calls another character a cunt, but with the way that they're starting every line, and they're basically, it's like a 1600s version of like calling someone a "see you next Tuesday."
Oh wait, is
it's
it
like
her C's, her U's, and her T's?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Malvolio in Twelfth Night.
Okay,
and it is a fucking great passage.
Right, and it's so funny, like if the actor actually understands that he's calling the other person like a cunt. He's trying to be like super clever about it, but like he's basically calling someone a cunt. And if you understand that,
what is a pretty then?
Yeah. So yeah, you're right. Shakespeare is one of those things that it's just, we're so far from it that I think people go, oh, that's just old dusty shit. But like if you actually understand
people are
what he was
fucking
writing,
way involved in Shakespeare now.
Oh,
I didn't realize how many people were adamant that Juliet be white.
Oh, that's dumb.
Are we having white Juliet discourse now?
Oh, because they're doing a Romeo and Juliet,
and
they
made her
But if
black.
you're gonna have that discussion, then like by rights, Juliet should be played by a man,
right?
But they'd have a real problem with that.
I feel like they would be open-minded there.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, how can they be mad? I mean, like, okay, she's black, but she's gonna die. Like, you think they'd be happy? Like, Juliet has a very sad story. She's not happy. Why would they be mad about? Like,
I think Romeo needs to be a cop in this one.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's truly the love that dare not speak its name.
Didn't think you could ruin it, but you ruined
really
it.
Interesting.
Wait, okay. Where are we going? Let's do this. Let's get in the weeds. Let's rewrite Shakespeare. Black Juliet, cop Romeo, played by Spider-Man. That's who's
just Spider-Man, not an actor that played Spider-Man.
It's actually Tom Holland and Zendaya.
It's not Zendaya.
Boo!
It's not.
I don't know.
Wait, no, it's actually Tom Holland. Tom
Holland's going to be Romeo.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, lovely.
Is it? I've never seen him in anything but Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I saw him in that one with Chris Hemsworth, where it's like Moby Dick, but like not quite.
Oh, in the heart of this, it's the Ron Howard movie. I never saw it.
So good.
All right.
Okay, so Tom Holland's playing Romeo with another dusky Juliet, setting up sort of a theme for him.
Juliet?
A dusky.
Is that okay
like
to
dark?
say?
Do you mean
skinned.
black?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Is
because
Juliet black? Is Zendaya black? I don't actually know what Zendaya.
I think she's mixed of some sort, but is
thought she was an
I'm not allowed to say mixed.
I thought Zendaya was Islander of some sort.
You
I
can't
can say
say
that. Right?
Islander.
She's not one of the island boys.
She's She's in some sort of an island nation.
What are you
I
saying?
thought.
All islands are alike now?
No. I'm saying I can't.
Hey, if
I
I'm
won't.
from
I
fucking,
won't-
Not her name starts with a Z.
I
if I'm
won't
from
generalize.
Cuba, I don't want to be called Japanese just because we're both islanders.
You're not catching me up
There
on
she
calling
is.
a Polynesian a Micronesian. I'm not doing it. I'm just calling them island
No, I think her mom is
island
white.
peoples. Okay.
And they're from a mainland or an archipelago, maybe.
from a peninsula, perhaps.
Why are we looking?
I
I don't know
wonder-
why
You're the
I'm
one who
doing.
looked
what
it up,
landmass-
Neil.
Well, because
what
we're
landmass
talking
does
about
that
it. I
get
don't
from?
know why. She's American. There we go. See, nailed
Okay,
it.
sure.
Nailed it.
That's the cop
done
out answer,
and
sure.
done. No,
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna say. right?
She's from Euphoria.
Yeah,
I
there
don't
we
know where
go.
that's located.
I've never
though.
heard of it.
That's
no.
a television show.
Oh,
Dark.
yeah.
I think Euphoria is somewhere off the.
She's from
off-
California.
Yeah, Nigerian ancestry.
Okay, so
And her
she-
mother is German Scottish.
Oh, okay.
There we
that
go.
that old
Settled.
gem,
Wait,
a
she's a-
Nigerian, German, Scottish. person.
Yeah, we all know.
Ooh.
Are we allowed to call it? Because she's like described as exotic, but now that I know that she's from here, you can't describe Californians as exotic. You can't. No.
I think we're all going to get canceled just for being
First of all-
party to
Oh,
this
this-
conversation.
Oh, Ellie, this is tame.
You can tell. You can tell who's listened beforehand.
Yeah.
I kinda,
yeah.
I kind of lost the thread because why is it important that so she can if she's mixed then the Romeo and Juliet thing doesn't work?
Well, I guess like you were saying, according to the right wingers, I assume that are pissed
Right.
off, right?
It's just. It's really weird to see the things that people get pissed off about because you wouldn't assume that those people would be so into that thing.
Oh, right. Why would anybody
Like
even
I
hate-
don't see Confederate like they're taking Shakespeare away from me now. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Right.
To Ellie's point, it would be funny to watch them just like it's played by a man to go back to the tradition of it, and then they're like, "See, transgender." Look, no, like, dude, it was never mind.
Yeah, right.
You have to explain that.
You
to
know,
them.
yeah, that's funny. I do like that. The idea of like rednecks
Yeah.
like getting mad about culture. Like you'll take
That's pretty
you'll
funny.
take the bard from me when you pry him from my cold dead hands.
and I almost
love Othello.
I almost get tricked into it too. Some like stuff I don't care about. Like, what do you think about Black James Bond? I'm like, well, no, wait, I don't fucking watch James Bond. What do I give a shit? Like,
Although it's a fictional character.
when I the person that I saw had the biggest or strongest opinion on a Black James Bond was a Black woman that used to come into my bar. She struck up the conversation and she was like, "What do you think about Idris Elba being Bond?" And I was like, "I love Idris Elba. I'd be all for it." She was like, "I don't want a Black Bond," and I was floored. I was like, "Really?" I was like, "Why not?"
I mean,
She was like, "James Bond was British and he served in the
I don't
40s.
think
Why
he-
would that be a Black man?" And I was like, "All right, that's a weird way to. That's a
Because
weird
they're
place to
bringing it
draw."
into now. But also, like, he's not playing Bond.
Well, right. And also James Bond isn't real. So for me, it doesn't matter who
Yeah.
plays him. But like, yeah, I was funny that she drew this line and I was like, I do understand your point, but you are
It's a
okay with
bad
like the
point.
The only
watch
char-
that like
yeah.
shoots lasers. But then you're like, no, he can't get into a racist club if he's Black or something. And
That's-
it's like, that would be a real spy concern.
yeah.
But I don't know if
In
it's
the
a James,
40s.
right. But a
Not
James
now.
Bond spy concern.
That's
I
why I
think.
say,
Felix
yeah.
is Black. Why can't Bond? Never mind.
I think Bond can be Black. I just think people think that Bond.
Yeah.
I feel like she was sent to just confuse you. Like she left that bar and just like got into a telephone booth and something and disappeared. Like I don't even
yeah.
believe she's
She's
real.
like, I'm confused.
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
whites. I'm
Actually a
telling the whites
wizard.
what they want to hear.
Yeah,
and yeah,
exactly.
she thinks I'm going to be happy about
I
that.
don't know. As far as it goes, I think Batman and Superman should stay white. Anyone else can change. I don't care.
So if Batman was Black, you'd be mad.
I wouldn't be mad. It just wouldn't make as much sense. Because like you look at Batman and all his gadgetry, you're like that's clearly a rich guy. Who could it be?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
the
some-
one Black billionaire that
Tyler
fucking
Perry.
lives in Gotham.
What if it was a Tyler
Yeah.
Perry movie?
And Superman, he was raised in Kansas. He's not coming out such fucking good feelings.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I understand what you're
Batman
saying.
is some pretty heavyweight privilege.
That makes sense.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
how could you grow up in the 40s and believe in truth, justice, and the American way if you grew up in Kansas and you were Black in the 40s? That's at least
Yeah.
a compelling argument there. Because you'd be not hate, but you'd probably not be like,
You'd be like,
America.
America. This isn't so worth protecting. This whole
Yeah.
American spirit right here.
maybe I'll let Lex Luthor kill some of the planet. Yeah.
I think we're done going back, right? Though everybody, right?
I
We're,
think
they're
Lex
not
Luthor
reboot,
is Superman, not Batman.
I don't think they would make either Black.
but
they are
I
making a Black Superman, but it's not Clark Kent. So
Is
it's
it Luke Cage?
that's yes. No.
Well,
Luke, that's a different
There was-
universe.
there was
it?
like right. He's Marvel, Luke. right?
Yes.
But there was a Black Superman like in the comic books when Superman died. A bunch of people became Superman. There was like 10 Supermen or something like that. One of them was Black Superman. Remember when I was a kid?
I just don't think with any reboots we're going back to the 40s is what I'm saying. James Bond is not like they're starting them
right.
now, right?
Yeah,
That's
right. He always is going to
Mm.
have some kind of like a modern
Yeah.
crisis
Yeah.
to solve.
Superman's coming to Earth in Kansas now. You know what I mean? Or at least 20 years ago or whatever.
Yeah, that's
Fun.
true.
So now Kansas is better, is what you're saying?
I'm saying that it's maybe he would have more likelihood to escape, maybe unscathed.
Yeah.
I would say.
Kansas now is better than Kansas in the 40s, I would say probably.
Yeah, they got that one phone now
Have
they're
any
working
of us
on.
ever been to Kansas? I don't know. They've got Travis Kelce.
That's Missouri.
Damn it.
Oh yeah, good
Oh,
point.
you're right. Kansas City is in Missouri.
Good.
That's
Yeah,
how
absolute-
shitty Kansas is.
Jesus,
fucking
Mary and
Kansas-
Joseph.
Its capital city doesn't even want to be
In the
fucking
city, it's
state.
pushing its way into Missouri.
Poor Kansas.
Yeah. And then it's pushing its way
What do they
into
got?
Missouri.
They've got a lot of
That's
sunflowers.
Topeka.
and-
Topeka.
All right. So wait, so the sunflower seeds, I guess, are cool. Is that Kansas's contribution?
It's like corn.
Yeah.
It's like corn all out there. Nebraska, Kansas. It's all corn.
And there's too much corn in
Are those two
Nebraska.
places near each other?
They're
I
next to
think
each
they're
other.
right next to each
Yeah.
other. Yeah. And
I'm
Nebraska
Not
overdoes it with
good
the
at
corn.
Middle America.
There's no
geography.
only the map on the border. I guess that's true of all states, but like it's literally they look this like the same exact state. Nebraska and Kansas. It's just flat, covered in corn.
They
And-
fucking gave. I ordered a sandwich. They gave me popcorn on the side
really.
instead of fries.
That's weird.
Get the fuck out of here.
No.
I know you know potatoes exist.
I went to the world's saddest mall in Hayes, Kansas. I just
Oh, you
stopped
have
while I
been
was
to
driving.
Kansas.
I have been. I've been through Kansas twice, and I stopped once at the mall in Hayes, and I gotta say, it was sad. It was urban decay, and it was if you want a very surreal, liminal, scary in a weird way, but sad experience. The Hayes Mall, everybody in Hayes, Kansas. Go check it out.
I mean, is any mall cool?
No,
Yeah.
and all malls are
When's the
kind of
last
liminal.
time
As
a
well.
mall's been cool?
1994.
When I stopped going every
Were you-
weekend.
When they
Were you a
stopped
mall
having
rat?
No, I wasn't really able to be because the mall was kind of far away. By senior year, when I had my driver's license, I was at the mall a good bit. But prior to that,
But did you
No.
go with a general shopping agenda, or did you just want
no,
to
I had an
chill?
agenda. I
Okay,
didn't really chill out at the mall.
so you were in a mall
That's-
rat then.
That's
Yeah.
expensive to just chill out in the because you got to like get snacks and shit,
Well, that's true.
and
No,
that's
You
that.
don't not
adds up.
necessarily though.
They found
you can-
places
yeah,
to
but-
loiter.
Yeah, you
Dan.
can loiter. You can just be a real
Dan.
big bag of shit and not buy. Well, okay, I understand what you're saying. Me either.
Look at me.
I don't go.
Look
to-
at us. Look at
Right.
us, Dan.
I don't.
We're not
normal-
going to the mall without getting snacks.
All right, you're right.
okay?
You're right. Two of the best words in the world are food court. But
That's true.
Auntie M's.
hell yeah,
those
Wait, she ain't paying us.
Cinnabon.
yeah, right. No free advertising.
Is Cinnabon one or two words?
I literally will make stops on the Jersey Turnpike just to get Cinnabon.
Nice. I haven't had Cinnabon in a long time. Thinking about it though, we all had a moment to stop dead air while we thought about
The
eating
only
Cinnabon.
reason to go on the
Yeah.
Jersey Turnpike is Cinnabon.
the glaze.
Can I tell you? This is
Don't say
disgusting.
that.
Do you want a disgusting story?
Yes,
That's going to
Obviously.
make you feel sick to your stomach.
always.
Neil,
Yeah, hit it.
are you on board?
I-
Okay.
I love it.
So I was driving back from my cousin. My cousin lives in Connecticut. I was driving back from her house and somebody threw a bag of vomit out the car window and it hit the ground and vaporized. And it was a warm night. So I had my windows open
Oh no!
and I drove. I was like, what is that? And I drove through it and I knew immediately vomit.
Oof.
And then 2 days later, I became so violently ill. So I caught whatever they had
Dengue.
from their vomit,
from the misting.
from the mist
Wait,
of their
so
vomit.
did you run? Did you hit it with your tire? Did you splat it?
Okay,
it's
so
on the side
when-
of the road.
When they threw it, no, they were doing. We were all doing at least 80 miles an hour. No, we were doing whatever the speed limit is on the Jersey
Oh,
Turnpike.
sure.
There's a
Yeah,
statute of
that's-
limitations. I think you could say you sped once.
So they threw a bag of vomit out the window while they were moving, and they were ahead of me, and I was over a lane.
oh,
So it
Oh,
hit
oh.
the ground and vaporized
oh.
like a spore. It just went,
Yeah, like
and
The
I
Last of
drove
Us.
through the mist,
Oh,
and it came into my car, and then my car stank for days.
Ugh.
It was
That's how like a zombie movie would
disgusting.
start. That's disgusting.
It
when
really
was that?
is.
How long ago did that happen?
Call Dorian.
No, don't talk about it on the way.
No, not
Okay.
on the way here.
Thank God.
Did you have to like sequester yourself from people. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Quarantine, I guess, is better.
Yeah, I did
Sequester's
actually.
more of
Illegal.
illegalese.
Yeah, I did have to quarantine a little bit.
Was it like
It was-
tomato sauce or sauce juice? Like when you get sprayed by a skunk.
Oh no,
you're
I just
supposed-
what I did was when I got home, I put up all the windows and I took Lysol and I just sprayed Lysol in there and closed the door. And then it still smelled bad, but I kept doing it until it no longer smelled bad and I felt like it was thoroughly disinfected. But like I had to go and take all my clothes off and put them in the washer and then go take a shower. But
Yeah.
I had already been infected.
Yeah, you got to burn those clothes.
Oh, dude, I'm wearing
Yeah,
them right
that's-
now.
Oh, there you go. That's
Kidding,
that's the
kidding.
smell. Okay.
No,
I hear say we gotta. Yes, we have to leave something for Neil's couch every show.
Leave a lingering scent.
For our 100th
oh my
episode, I'm gonna shit
God.
myself on camera.
All right. All right. The
Ew.
challenge
Yeah.
has been laid down. The glove has been thrown.
What if we had like 20 viewers an episode till that one, and it just
It just
fucking
would die. That would be,
skyrocketed? Everyone's. This is it.
Oh.
See if Dave. I'd have to do it then, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, listen, we have a lot of German fans. The Scheisse crowd is very big, so maybe we're getting there. We'll tell you what, if you could guarantee me 1,000 live viewers, I would watch you shit on the. I would sit here while you did it. That's
you do
how.
it with your
that's what
pants
a
on or off?
narcissistic.
That's a good question.
I feel like you
Which is grosser?
off for sure.
Oh,
Well,
It's actually a hard call because you don't want the pants would catch it.
on it's
Yeah, they would-
trapped in the pants, and I don't really got to deal with anything but the smell.
there'll be seepage.
If you take them off, I just got to deal with everything. So I'm
yeah,
gonna
you
say
got
keep
the
'em on.
visual.
Yeah.
You got me. Winnie
I
the
think you do
Poohing
it.
on the couch here. Winnie the Poohing.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good. I also like that in your sick fantasy, you're still not taking your shirt off. You're still leaving the shirt on.
I mean, yeah. I
It's
would-
weirdly hot to think about.
Yeah. It is. Because we try to tantalize our viewers with
I'm so glad Ellie didn't say that on mic. She's
It's weirdly hot, isn't it?
That's what you said. Yeah.
That is exactly what I said.
You hear that?
And she's
Dave?
right.
I
She's
mean,
right. Hot.
hey, different walks for different folks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to make that work. Good work.
I made it rhyme.
Okay.
No, but pants off.
That's
Do
better
it.
for you, not better for me.
I think it's.
I don't think,
think
it's
it's
good
worse
for
for me.
anyone.
So at this point, we should do this.
I
One,
think there's a wider cleaning radius if I do it pants off.
we're not doing pants off. If we're doing this at all, we're not doing this pants off. I'm laying down a tarp.
It's
You're sitting in a diaper,
Oh.
and then you're shitting yourself for the 100th
Okay,
episode.
this is full fetish video now.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
I'm
gonna
all
go.
right.
We're gonna sell this.
I'm willing to sell out. I'm willing to sell out and make some fetish.
First,
videos.
yeah. That's not that. That's not that humiliating.
You don't think wearing a diaper and shitting on a tarp is not that humiliating?
YouTube's gonna think it's humiliating.
I'm saying, because people eventually have to wear
Sometimes
diapers.
you have to sacrifice to be famous.
Yeah, but you.
We're like 2/3 the way there to being at diaper age anyway.
That's true.
Just if I was 20 and wearing it, like you just kill yourself. At 40, you're like, this is just an adjustment that I have to make now for the not too far future.
Right. Okay. It's only downhill as far as bladder and sphincter control from here, is what you're saying. So
Yeah,
you
I
might
mean-
as well just embrace it.
You never talk to a grandparent about that?
No,
My grandma was so nonchalant. She's like, yeah, sometimes, you just get to a point where you try to make it and sometimes you can't. And I was like, God, that's the goal. To get so nonchalant about shitting yourself.
yeah, you're like, I didn't make it.
I
this
feel like the
time."
nonchalance is about peepees, not the deuces.
Depends
You
on
don't
how
think it's
old.
a package deal?
No, because I don't know, for ladies, incontinence kind of happens immediately after childbirth. You just
Mm.
I know a bunch of women who are like, every time I laugh, I pee my pants.
Yeah,
first of all,
right. It's
I
more
would be a
common with
good-
women, I think. Than
I'd be a
men.
good dad and get sympathy incontinence.
Sure.
Ew. You would never get laid again.
What are you talking about?
He would
Good
have.
parent. You'd want to have more kids with me because I went through every experience of the childbirth with you,
Including the peeing.
including the pooping on the bed when the
He's so
baby.
sweet. When I laugh and pee, he laughs and pees. He's such a sweet husband.
Yeah. He wants
Oh.
He'd be like,
not the
"That's-
kind of skin on skin contact they want in the hospital.
Oh,
Then all my-
that's excellent. That was a good.
Then
bit.
all her friends' husbands would hear a fucking rash of shit. You didn't shit yourself when I had the kid. Why don't you care as much about me as he cares about her?
That's right.
He was over there shitting his pants right now because he loves
Because he
her.
loves
God
his
damn it.
child.
I love the embarrassing stories. The vomit story is pretty rough. But come on, guys. When's the last time you did a little accident? Come on, Davey.
Wait,
You eat a lot of fast food.
no, didn't I brag about it on the show
Oh, yeah, you
after I
might
turned
have.
40 that I was like, holy shit, I went my entire 30s without shitting myself once.
Oh, that's
Which
right.
is shocking because I did it 3 times in my 20s. I figured it would only, as you get older, that number would start
increase.
to go up.
I
Yeah.
think I do it like once a decade, but it's always like neurovirus.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
Oh, mine was all drinking related.
oh no,
But-
mine like I have to be desperately ill.
Sure.
No,
That makes sense.
I just have to have double digits beers in me.
I'm with you. I'm more drinking related shitting when it would happen. It was more drinking related. So that slowed down in my 30s.
Yeah.
So I think that's why the incidents have slowed down.
Yeah.
But and like you said, in another 10 years, we're going to hit the just regular shitting ourselves age. So
I'm gonna have to start drinking heavily again to mask it. Actually,
yes, right. If you ever see me become an alcoholic, you'll know it's really just
a
an
loose
elaborate.
butthole.
Yeah, it's an elaborate ruse to cover
I got in a fight with Roger the other day.
from Roger and Linda fame.
Yeah.
Okay, two
I think
comedians in this
They're
watching.
very elderly. but-
In every open mic, there are people who are more walks of life than like professional stand-up comedians, and they become beloved. Roger and Linda are 2 of them. Anyway,
Yeah, but I got in a little bit of a shouting match with Roger because he came up and immediately was like, Donald Trump's amazing. And I was
Yeah.
like, no, he's not. And then we had a little fight in the taco place next to JJ's. And then I said, I hope Donald Trump dies of rectal cancer.
be a good one.
Nice.
I mean, it would be appropriate, I think.
He might just be doing it for his wife, though. You don't know if he shits his pants.
Yeah,
Donald
that's
Trump.
what the
true.
Unabomber died of.
Rectal cancer.
Yeah, that was one of
Well
the.
deserved.
I didn't write a joke for it, but I did come across the news story. He had rectal cancer. Yeah.
That's funny.
Do we know what kind of cancer OJ had?
No, I don't think they came out with it.
Pancreatic, I think.
Okay.
Pancreatic? That's the
Pancreatic?
bad kind.
Is
Yeah,
there-
thank
is
you.
there-
Go Google that, Neil, because that's. I want to know what OJ.
Prostate.
OJ didn't deserve a good kind of cancer.
He died of like one of the most preventable cancers.
Yep.
Probably because he was too much of a
Yeah.
man's man to get a finger up his butt.
Uh,
And it turned
2,000
into a-
yards, couldn't get a digit. up
2,000
there.
That's
yards,
right.
14.
Yep. Couldn't even get 2 inches, 3
Come
inches
on.
up there.
Oof. Okay, someone's treating themselves.
Boy.
I don't know how much.
I don't know how long your finger
How
is.
how much of a finger has to go in there to check
I-
the prostate?
I don't know. I've never put the finger up there.
Man, we're not at the age just yet. but we're
Yeah.
We're
almost
getting
there.
there.
Yeah, you guys are
What,
getting
like
there.
42 is when you're
My
supposed
doctor,
to-
I asked my doctor if I needed it when I turned 40, and he said that nowadays they don't even, it's like there's like a school of thought where they're like, no, we're not even going to check because you're almost guaranteed to get prostate cancer if you live to like a certain age. And now we just treat it. So like, unless you have a symptom, he was like, we really don't, it's at your age, we don't necessarily need, it's an optional treatment.
Right.
So I was
So I've
like,
been
give me
making
that
it-
finger.
So you're,
It's like-
Choose to have a finger. Well, I mean, you'd catch.
It's still better.
next week.
I think it's still better because you probably will catch that chance that you're like the 1 in a billion
Mm.
people that has like metastasized prostate cancer in your 40s or whatever. But like I said, my doctor seemed to be of the belief that like come back if you have a symptom of it, and even then it'll be early enough
What
that
are
you'll
the
be fine.
symptoms?
peeing a lot.
Yeah, incontinence is one of
Oh.
them. Yeah, like he said, like peeing not like the if he's like if you're not peeing regularly, he said, like if it changes like how often you go or like what
Or
happens
if you're
when you
peeing
go.
too regularly.
Like, beep, beep,
Not
beep.
even, yeah.
Maybe, yeah,
No,
you
that's
might
a
be
thing.
right. You might be
Like
right.
Every
Yeah.
hour on the hour you have to pee, you might have prostate cancer.
Yeah, maybe it could be.
Yeah.
It's an
So
early
you're
disease.
over with fingers up your butt in your lifetime?
Well, from a doctor. Yeah, no, I'm over.
Just the dog.
I'm over. No, she was a dentist.
Ah,
No, never have not had one. I don't care. If the doctor said I needed one, he could put his finger up my ass. I wouldn't be afraid of it. It's a medical procedure. Would it be pleasant? No, but
but what if it was Is that everything in your life changing?
That's the reason I didn't do cocaine for many years of my life, because I wasn't afraid if I'd hate it. I was afraid if I'd love it. But that's not why. It just, the guy said it was optional. And at that point, it feels weird to be like, well, in that case, put me down for one, so I don't know.
Cocaine, pro or con for you?
I have never done cocaine for similar reasons.
There you
I have
go.
a lot of addiction prone people in my family.
You gotta be careful with that shit. I've
Mhm.
seen it destroy people. Now, me, turns out I don't love it. I could turn it down at a party now. It's not a big deal. But
You still talking about anal?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Right. That's what we're talking about, right? Getting a
I
finger up your
never
butt.
turned down anal.
Nice. That's good. Clean prostate on her. All
Yeah,
right,
that's
so-
right. That's right. No
Yeah.
risk of prostate cancer.
Women have
here.
prostates, right? No,
No,
guys, we do have to go to the news. Actually.
Oh my God, really?
So,
That was fast. Okay,
I know.
cool.
We're
Well,
we're
he's gotta
40
kick us
minutes
out.
in.
That's right.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm
Studio
queuing it
pod.
up. Queuing it up. Going to the news.
Well, Okay, and this is the news section. I will explain for those of you that are joining us for the first time. Dave and I have written 12 jokes each about the news of the week. We're going to read them one after another. I do not know what Dave has written. Dave does not know what I have written. However, if we write a joke on the same news story, we have a joke off, joking each other off. Ow! Each other off. We got really morning zoo with that joke off noise, and I love it. I love it. It's like, wait. Joke. Okay, all right. We're losing our minds with that noise, and I love it. That's the joke off noise. And Ellie, when Dave and I are joking each other off, that means you are the judge, and you basically just get to decide what joke you like better. We keep track for bragging rights, and I've been bragging for
Which joke gets one finger, which gets two. All right.
Dave, go ahead.
You got me? Boston Marathon bomber fighting to keep prison funds as donations keep rolling in. The courts are arguing he shouldn't get to keep all of those donations because, quote, you didn't actually complete the entire run from the police.
Oh my God.
Yeah. All right.
Keep that energy.
Florida will open schools to volunteer chaplains, which I think is a welcome addition to a school system struggling to keep up with the sheer amount of American students who need to have their last rites read to them. Thank you. It's a problem.
Fun. All right. Biden claims uncle vanished after crashing an area of New Guinea with cannibals. And Biden has a strong stance against cannibalism, stating, you don't eat people. You're just supposed to sniff them once and then have the waiter take them back.
That's awesome. I hadn't even heard that story.
I
That's
heard that
incredible.
story.
God damn it. I'm missing the Joe Biden
He's another one who
senilities.
needs rectal cancer.
Those are our choices. Roger might be right.
Yeah. Paste Magazine's review of Taylor Swift's new album is published anonymously to avoid threats of violence from fans. A liaison for the Swifties rejects this option and claims teams of 20-something white women will take shifts flooding the tunnels beneath Paste Magazine until the journalist is turned over.
Oh, I'm so glad I cut my same story at the last second. That's a goodie.
Thank you.
All right. Amsterdam bans construction of new hotels as way of fighting over tourism. Although this led to them finding out that tourists can equally enjoy legalized drugs and prostitute just as easily in an empty plot of land.
Yeah, sure. You don't need trappings for that. Just enjoy it. Hyundai pauses X ads over pro-Nazi content. The CEO of Hyundai released a statement saying, quote, no self-respecting Japanese citizen would do business with Nazis, unless we're getting China out of the deal.
All right.
It's a World War II joke.
Yeah, I know.
Whoa. She's fucking teaching Shakespeare
I know.
earlier. You think
Yeah.
she doesn't know fucking history?
Oh, I know. Sorry, I was going for the absurdity of
seen
me
Pearl
saying the
Harbor.
obvious.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I understand. That is a very historical movie. I saw it in the theater, actually.
I accidentally watched it on December 7th on the 70th anniversary for the first time.
Nice. Now you're a patriot.
Yeah,
true.
That's why.
Trump 2024.
Jesus.
Kidding. I'm not voting. All right. Sesame Street writers authorize a strike if they don't reach a contract by Friday. And it's something that needs to be resolved soon because kids don't really connect with the stuff written by scab writers like C is for crossing picket lines. That's good enough for me.
I like it.
I know I should have flexed my beautiful
like it.
singing voice there. but-
I would have liked to see you do Cookie Monster.
For crossing picket line.
All right. Tesla recalls Cybertrucks over accelerator crash risk. All Cybertrucks should now be able to stop, unlike the laughter of people who see a real life Cybertruck.
They are hideous.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Elon Tesla really missed one on that.
Good call back.
Iranians told to watch out for loose crocodiles as flooding hits country's southeast. This is something that needs to be heavily monitored too, as usually the reptilians who control Israel just send their soldiers in to do the dirty work.
Yes, that one is going to do very well on the clips. Let me tell you
I'm
that.
not posting
That one's going to get us a lot of viewers. Okay. U.S. Equal Opportunity Commission sues gas station Sheetz over discriminatory hiring practices. Apparently, the only way to get a job at Sheetz is to wear one over your head in free time. Oh, thank you.
All right. Dismissed Trump juror says former president not as orange as expected. And this is important for the general public to know, too, that discussing the defendant's skin color, even if it's painted on, is enough to get you out of jury duty.
That's funny.
Noted.
That's funny. Not technically a joke off, just a same event, but not the same story. Donald Trump is forced in court to see mocking memes about him shared by potential jurors, marking the first time in American history people were mad they didn't get jury duty.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right. California lawmakers advance bill creating genealogy office to determine reparations eligibility. The downside of this being that with the announcement of this bill, the tanning bed industry has taken a massive hit.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Is it a thinker? I don't...
Yeah, a little bit. I like it though. Maybe not a thinker.
They're trying to make themselves look black.
The
So they
Rachel
can get
Dolezal.
reparations.
Yeah.
But now that they have the genealogy thing, they can't
They won't
really
be able to.
Oh!
They can't Rachel
step
Dolezal.
around it.
Oh, I
So, yeah.
see. Okay, I missed a piece of it.
I understood it.
It's okay.
Um,
I'm gonna shit myself.
all right. Australian hospital staff plead with bite victims to stop bringing snakes into emergency rooms,
Oh my god.
as the added competition is bad for the survival of the Australian hospital viper.
All right.
Pretty funny.
Thank you. Thanks.
Air Force confirms first successful AI versus human dogfight. Unfortunately, they didn't correctly program the AI for the first few tests, and that resulted in airstrikes occurring at several kennels.
Oh my god.
I didn't hear about that story either. Where are you getting your news from? Those are two great stories that I missed.
Fuck, I forgot the name of that. Alex Jones or whatever.
Oh,
yeah.
Infowars, Infowars.com. That makes sense. Okay. Families say the organs of deceased Alabama inmates have been removed without their consent.
Ooh.
Yeah, the warden responded by saying, "Isn't this what you wanted? We are slowly letting more and more of our prisoners go free."
It's a cute dismemberment. Joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, where were we? Yeah, FBI director warns Chinese hackers are preparing to physically wreak havoc on the U.S. Americans are preparing for this the same way they did the last time they were told the Chinese were hacking us, by working on their choreography.
Yeah. All right. Martin Scorsese eyes Leonardo DiCaprio for Frank Sinatra biopic. Though questions remain if DiCaprio can play a womanizing, hard partying, deeply problematic asshole.
You know, I never laugh at those.
I know you hate the Scorsese jokes.
Any Scorsese or DiCaprio, they are off limits for me. I had one rule. All right. Al Roker sued for allegedly failing to follow diversity, equity, and inclusion mandate. The suit says that Roker is so not compliant with DEI regulations that he's even employed a white speaking voice.
I like that.
Boy, if I said it the right way.
If you had gotten it, if you'd have nailed
Yeah.
it. All right. Red Lobster is headed for financial trouble after losing $11 million on their endless shrimp deal. Yeah, this is great. And experts say they may soon have to file for Cheddar Bay bankruptcy.
Nice.
Cute.
Yeah, just
little
tucking the cute ones in the middle.
alliteration.
Yeah,
I almost called it
alliteration.
illiteracy. Satanic Temple co-founder challenges DeSantis to debate on religious freedoms. On one side, you got a guy representing the overly hot, lawless hellscape that you go to at the end of your life, and on the other, you get the idea. Yes.
Yeah. Documents suggest the animation studio behind Amazon's Invincible outsourced jobs to North Korea. This explains some puzzling features of the show, like how Invincible's primary superpower is finding bread every day.
All right, California. This is the last one for me. You hung in there great.
I'm looking up what Invincible is.
It's a great cartoon.
It's
on
a
Amazon
superhero
Prime.
cartoon.
All right. California proposes a law to allow Arizona doctors to perform abortions as ban proceeds. This is expected to tarnish Arizona's reputation, as their current state motto is, Arizona, we let you legally kill people that liberal states won't.
That would probably get people to move there. All right. And my last joke here. Jets quarterback Aaron Rodgers says U.S. government created HIV back in the 1980s. In another example of what can mentally happen to white guys who make most of their money through workplace disability.
All right.
All right.
Ellie, what do you got coming up?
Oh, that's a very good question. I was not prepared for.
That's a Weekday Comics response right there. Oh shit! What do I have coming
no!
up?
I can talk again.
I mean, after this, I'm going to an open mic. I feel like that. Oh wait, no, I have the thing on Thursday.
Sing it.
Post
This
game.
is live, remember.
I got post game
Okay.
thingy
At the high note.
At
yeah, at the high
Note,
Okay,
or
cool.
Tap room.
Room, Crystal Lake Drive, Haddon Township, New Jersey, Haddonfield.
Haddonfield.
It's not
Township.
Haddonfield.
Yeah, it's one of the. There's three Haddons.
It might be Heights.
No, it's Township.
What the fuck was Haddon doing?
There's
Anyway, we'll get into
Haddonfield,
that.
He was
Haddon
getting
Heights,
around. He was like
Haddon
the
Township,
Genghis
yeah.
Khan of Southern New Jersey.
I like that image. Okay.
So-
And what else do you have coming up? Also,
and then on Sunday, there's a show at. I live down the street from it. It's on Route 30, not in Hamilton, but getting close to Hamilton.
okay.
It used to be the Alibi Room.
Okay,
and
this is like a
Duff
scavenger
McDuff.
hunt for people to where they can find you. Okay, go to there
Well,
and find.
it's called
10
Someplace.
paces.
I think it's actually called Someplace
Go to one
Else.
of the Haddons.
Yeah, it's one of the Haddons. And
No, it's quite far from the Haddons. It's do you,
Hold on, that's a bad
no?
start.
Do you know where? Do you know where?
I don't know where I am half the time.
Do you know where the Cedarbrook Liquors are? Liquor is on Route 73.
I don't drink.
It's next to the Cedarbrook Liquors.
It's not next to. It's down. Like it's
Don't you
they're on
remember Glove-
either end. They're on
Glove
either
Shit
end
Pants?
of Pump
No.
Ranch Road.
All right.
I suck at this.
So
I'm so
if they
bad.
can find
But
you.
on Sunday, there's a show that I'm headlining.
Ooh, where's that at?
It'd be good to know.
It'd be good to know.
Someplace
You can
else.
follow.
I don't-
You
Okay,
can follow
here's
Ellie.
the trick that we do. Yes, Neil, please take
You
it
can
away.
follow Ellie at Ellie.Summerling. That's ELLIE.Summerling, spelled the way it sounds. And it's right up there on the screen. And go check out her shows. They're all over the place, right? You know it. You remember.
You perform
They're
everywhere.
literally all over the place.
Yeah, they're all over the place. It's good. Good stuff.
Not any in Kansas though.
Oh.
And see Porch Pirate if you can. If Dave sends you a link.
No, other people have to pay.
Oh, that's right.
We had him on the show. We don't pay
That's
for
right.
shit.
We didn't have to pay. I was supposed to screen that weeks ago. Yeah, for free. Thank you, Dorian.
I made sure I watched it after he was a guest, because if I had any qualms, I wouldn't have been able to fucking sit on it.
As your co-host, I appreciate that you didn't bring that up to him. But what do you have coming up this weekend?
Hey, my show Friday, with the vagrants in the garden,
Oh, it's-
canceled.
The garden wedding vagrants canceled on you?
I might have scared people off by saying it was a wedding venue for vagrants. It's actually a really nice place for when it's not canceled, it's postponed indefinitely. But please don't actually believe me if I say there's going to be vagrant weddings there. It's a lovely venue for only rich white people.
Okay.
What's the place called?
I don't know. And it doesn't matter right now.
Yeah,
So,
because nobody can find him there. He's not
yeah, if
performing
Steve
there.
Rinaldi wants to put me on a show or anything, I am now available.
Oh,
Me too,
7
Steve
for 7.
Rinaldi.
7 for 7 is a really great show that he runs. And I'm not just saying that because I think he walked into the studio. We're all sucking up to him right now.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, how about you? What do you got?
I am actually going to be at Wisecrackers all weekend
Oh, shit.
in the Mohegan Sun Casino in Wilkes-Barre. So if you're up in the Wilkes-Barre area, come see me. I'll be opening up for the very funny Andy Fiore. He's headlining, and Bailey Pope is our feature, both very funny comedians. And then me. And you have to sit through 12 minutes of me, and then you get to see them. Come out and see me. That'd be great. I'll be there all weekend. 3 shows, 4 shows, a lot of shows. So that's where I'll be.
Tight. Don't forget to buy a shirt from DropTent.
That's
and
right.
Neil, bring it home. What do you got?
You can check us out all over the place. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Weekday Comics, these knuckleheads, on YouTube, on iTunes, on all the stuff. They don't say it because they like it when I say it.
No,
with this lustrous
we've already
voice.
talked about my inability to self-promote.
I know you're doing great, but yeah, you go to droptent.com, check out their store and their merch. That's great. You can check me out. I am neilwood.com for all my dates and details. Or you know what? Even just check out some of my artwork at jameswoodart.com. You can go check that stuff out there. We've got shows coming up all over the place this Friday, the following Friday, all over. Go check them out. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, no guest.
No guest, just a
we're
solo app.
We're doing our monthly, see if we can tolerate each other without a buffer.
Thank God Ellie was here, however, this week. But next week, we'll see. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great week.
Good night.
Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was a... we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
Hey, hold right there. Don't dare skip this. This is an important message. Me and my boy, Albert Davis, we want to tell you about our podcast, Seriously Dad. Albert, why should they listen?
Because it's the best podcast in the world. It's by 2 comedians who are dads. And you know what we're talking about? Being dads. It's called Seriously Dad. Check us out on social media at Seriously Dad Podcast. And
anywhere you get your podcast, that's where we're at. We're funny. We got some great guests coming our way. We cover the topics you want to hear. Check us out.
This has been a DropTent Media production.